What's up, what ifers? I'm back with a video, but this video is going to be entirely different. We got some sad breaking news. So conservative activist Charlie Kirk was shot dead out of a outside of an event at Utah University, I think. I'm not really sure, but we'll figure that out later through the video, man. It's a sad situation, and we're gonna go through a couple of videos, and then I'm gonna give my commentary on it later. But look, I wasn't too fond of him at all. I didn't really like the way he talked, but I don't care how I felt about it. You know, the things that man said, I would never want to see him dead. And the sad part about this is that they said his children and his wife was there. It's crazy, but we're gonna get right into these videos, man. Make sure y'all like and subscribe, man, if you haven't already.
Counting or not counting gang violence?
Oh my God!
Wait, Cody, go, run! Whoa! That's right, you ain't signing.
And then that old white guy was who they suspected to shoot him, but turns out that it really wasn't him. So the real killer is still on the loose, man. It's really crazy and sad, man. It's sad. And I'm gonna go deeper into this, but let's get to some of the videos on why he was, you know, hated by so many people. Let's just go check him out. This still is no justification for none of this at all.
What differences do you as a black man and me as a white man have, and why does it matter?
Okay, so
Why does it matter?
So let's look at, because again, you don't understand what DI is, and you're trying to put it in one stance, which is not. So, thank you. So back to this question. So in executive order, and correct me if I'm wrong, you don't know executive order 11246, correct? So
I mean, I have an idea of what President Trump signed, correct? But because he got rid of that executive order.
Right. And in that executive order, it says literally, y'all can Google it too. It says that DEI focuses on both the workplace and hiring.
Oh,
now,
got it. So does it
now
focus
let
on
me
diversity?
explain. Now let me explain the
Does it
DEI
have the word
initiative.
diversity?
Yes.
We should not have any forced diversity, period. End of story.
It's not forced diversity. It does not say forced diversity, and I'll put money on that too.
What, does it say diversity?
It says diversity, yes.
Well, then it's forced
but it's
diversity.
not forced diversity.
Then what is it? It's a suggestion?
So, correct me if I'm wrong. Tell me if I'm lying. Does it say forced diversity in the executive order?
But it has the word diversity.
Does it say forced diversity in executive
wait,
order?
hold on, let me get this straight. Executive order with the word diversity.
Can I give you an example of DI initiative? Let me give you an example of DI initiative so you have better understanding. So let's look at Google, right? Google's one of the hardest companies to actually get into. In fact, I believe it's a 0.2% chance that you actually get the job, right? They actually run a DI initiative. Their DI initiative is called a hiring committee, where they have a diverse group of people that have been working. I mean,
awful.
How? So you're telling me Google sucks?
Google actually is, honestly,
so y'all using Bing. Y'all using Bing.
Honestly, ChatGPT is way better than Google recently. I don't know about you guys. No, but honestly, to your point though, Google has lost its competitive edge in a lot of ways the last 10 years. Hold on a second. Again, Google does a lot right, but hold on. Google has lost the social media war. Google tried to launch a Facebook competitor, an Instagram competitor, failed. They tried to also launch a Zoom and a Skype competitor.
Let's focus on the conversation.
Failed.
That has no proof
Google's
that
market
was DI.
cap, Google's market cap, otherwise known as Alphabet, has actually missed expectations over the last 2 years versus Netflix, Amazon, and Apple and Microsoft. In fact, there was a prediction 10 years ago that Google would be the first $3 trillion company.
Right.
Turns out that it was actually Microsoft that was the first $3 trillion company.
Right.
So you're comparing abortion to the Holocaust?
Absolutely I am. In fact, it's worse. It's worse. It's worse. Like a capitalist every single day, Shank. I live as a capitalist, okay? I live what I believe.
No.
What do I do? I get charity every single year.
Hold on.
Come on, Shank, let's go.
Do you truly, in your heart of hearts,
He see that type of stuff right there. People don't like capitalism and all that. I don't like capitalism, but I don't think all conservatives are capitalists. He was just a capitalist. I mean, you know, and even though he supported Trump, he didn't. That didn't mean Trump supported everything that he supported. I mean, and that's what people fail to realize, you know.
Truly believe that this is a human being. This,
Without a doubt.
without a doubt,
Yes.
this is a dolphin fetus.
Does fetus mean in Latin?
What the f? I'm sorry, is this
It means
language
means little human being.
Ooh, his smile is very creepy. Okay,
Smiling is creepy.
no, your smile specifically.
You are a culture warrior. I believe when everything is done, Mr. Kirk, people will see you and the people you've supported as corrupt, as selling the country out to the lowest bidder, and of doing irreparable damage to a country I'm sure we all deep down love.
The difference.
I think you will have to reckon with that.
Difference
Mr. Kirk.
is when.
Now they saying that there's this, I don't even know what this is, but there's an account on Twitter go by the name of Jezebel, and these people 2 days before this man was fatally shot, they said they paid some Etsy witches, which I never thought even knew was a thing. They paid some Etsy witches to curse Charlie Kirk. But man, let's just get into the video, man. Check out, I got 2 videos I want y'all to check out. It's crazy.
Take a look at this article. This was posted literally about a month ago. It is currently 9/10/2025 at 3:06 p.m. Central Time. We paid some Etsy wishes to curse Charlie Kirk. And obviously you've seen the news. What are your thoughts, Gato Gang? Let me know.
Yeah, that's crazy. So the post says that we paid some Etsy witches to curse Charlie Kirk. If the far-right misogynist with a bad haircut wants to villainize independent women, Jezebel is more than happy to be the hag of his nightmares. It's crazy, man. Crazy. I'm not saying that witchery was what caused this, but you never know, man. You never know. And check this other video out.
A curse on the hate monger. Your mouth is a cannon of venom and lies. Each rant that you bellow corrodes as it flies. The bile that you spew in your furious breath returns to consume you in silence and death. The stage that you strut with your smirk and your sneer collapses beneath you, your end drawing near. Your voice once so loud, now a whisper of shame. Forgotten, forsaken, erased is your name. Your tongue, once a weapon, now heavy with rot, chokes on the poison your rhetoric wrought. The hatred you hurled at the world with such glee now binds you in chains you can never break free. I curse you with ruin, with downfall and blight. Your platform extinguished, your star without light. May every vile sermon you cast to the land turn back upon you by your own cursed hand.
I took my headphones off because I didn't want to hear that. That was clearly some type of spell or hex or whatever. And I didn't want to hear that because it's some evil people out here, bro. And using witchery to do things like this. And as you can see, this lady goes by the name of Deb Hexis. It's in the name. I'm not here to condemn people, but I'm here to say that no matter how much we disagree with somebody, even in politics, you should never want to see them dead. Did I want to see him stop speaking on a lot of different things? I did. But the truth of the matter is that everybody who was born an American was gifted the right to free speech. So he can say what he wants. But I don't think that nobody should lose their life because of their views and how they think, man. This is a sad day in politics. Hell, this is a sad day in America because, I mean, he was a human being at the end of the day. No violence is accepted, bro. Black, white, green, purple, whatever. I could disagree with you all day, but I never want to see you get hurt. And like I said, the saddest part is they say his wife and his children were there. So that's even worse. And they were young children. And he was young. I think he was only like 31, 32 years old. When you're being a public figure out here, man, and you have an opinion on things, people will hate you enough to do something bad to you. And with that being said, if you know you're a public figure that most people don't like, I think he should have beefed up his security. He should have had security not just up there with him, but securing the entire perimeter. Yes, you would have had to spend a little more money, but I mean, you would have made it home. All I can say is rest in peace to him, man, and condolences to his family, man. This is a sad day in history. But to the gunmen and to the people who wanted to see this man where he is now, I ask you, what does this do for you? What does this do for your agenda to stop the far right from making so-called misogynistic or hateful decisions and moves that affect you personally? It doesn't, because you took one and he wasn't even a politician. So it really doesn't even make any sense. It doesn't even make any sense. So with that being said, and a lot of people are mocking the fact that he was such a big supporter of not banning guns, and they saying that his own words took him out. But if that was the case, then I'm pretty sure that there was a leftist that took him out. That means that you had a gun and you had a right to carry that gun, right? You just chose, because guns ain't the problem. You chose to do the wrong thing with it. And it cost somebody their father, somebody their husband, somebody their son, somebody their brother, all because he said things you didn't like. America, we gotta do better. That's all I got to say on this. And with that being said, like I always say, do what you will with that information. And remember, challenge the argument. If I got to say this, if I ain't said nothing else louder, challenge the argument and not the person. And in this case, the person got challenged. They said, damn his argument. We don't want none of his arguments. We rather challenge the person. But the smart thing would have been is to challenge the argument and not the person. I'll catch y'all in the next one.